Hey, hi, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the rogue-lites and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog or your wish list or your now playing list or whatever you're doing out there, folks. I'll tell you what, we're going to try to add to it every single time. And if you like roguelikes or roguelites, and if you're hanging out here, there's a good chance you do. Well, you're in a great place because that's all we play on the channel. Folks, I am just delighted to be showing off the butt shot today. That is a projectile that's going to fire directly out of the poop chute. Folks, this is a game called Kitty Survivors. Rogues of Catmere, and it is just a delightful bullet heaven filled with the kitty variety. And I want to say thank you for the continued support. Meows so loudly that it shoots a sonic wave in a random direction. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. I want to say thank you to all of you for all of the support lately. We have been having just a great time giving away so many games to kick off the year, and I'm excited to tell you that this video that you are watching right now, this one right here, right now, is also rated G for giveaway. Yes, folks, it's true. Here on the Goat Force Gaming channel, we give away video games to this community because all of you are tremendous and come together as a force of goats to do all kinds of cool stuff. Throw spoiled milk bottles in random directions. When they break, they release a puddle of milk that damages enemies. Yes, that sounds tremendous. So, ooh, you've met an angel. Choose a blessing. Fire rate boost or health boost. I'm going to go fire rate boost by 12.5%. Wow. And we've got this handy dandy treasure chest here. Let's see what we get. Okay. Awesome. That looks great. So, one of you was kind enough to give me a copy of this game because you really enjoyed it. Explosive diarrhea. Buries explosive poops that deal area damage. That's tremendous. Yeah, that's definitely happening. One of you enjoyed this game quite a bit and wanted to share it with me, and I thank you for that. And so we are going to pay it forward, and we're going to give away a couple copies of Kitty Survivors, Rogues of Catmere. Look at my butt. Releases a cloud of gas from your butt, dealing a high amount of damage to enemies behind you. You know what? This game is just good old-fashioned fun, and sometimes that's what you need. You know? If you know, you know, and it's likely that many of you know. This is why I like bullet heavens. They are low overhead. You know, if you've had a long day at work, you've had a long day in general, life just kind of shook you up that day, let's go with the death stare. Bullet heavens are very relaxing. Left hand does the waz-the-ing, and the right hand works the coffee, right? Or whatever you're drinking out there. Cheers to you, by the way. Let's grab a sip. Raise a glass to you. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go multi-shot. Fires one additional projectile. Decreases weapon damage by 33%. That's okay. That's all right, because we're going to have a lot more projectiles going. So this is a delightful little game. It's got a bright soundtrack to it. Tail Tornado. Spawns tornadoes that push enemies and deal damage. Is anybody noticing a theme with the back end being a source of much power. You're noticing that, right? It's not just me. Hey, we have a super move as well that can be fired off. Now, currently I'm playing on auto-aim mode. You can toggle that on and off in-game, which I really like. Increases sonic waves by 1, decreases cooldown by 0.5 seconds. Well, that's nice. Let's do that. But I can fire off this sonic blast, and you'll see that that is on a very short cooldown there. We have the typical trappings of meta progression that you're going to find in these types of games. Increases weapon damage by 5% on the multi-shot. Yeah, let's do that. But then in addition to that, we've got the capability to craft new powers that will then show up in the game. We can also evolve and create new pets. Fires an additional projectile to your right and another to your left. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I'm getting to choose another one now. Increases your reload speed by 20%. That might be nice. Yeah, let's do that. So if you notice, I have a, well, purple chicken that's following me around. Oh, we've met another angel. Well, that's very nice. Let's do critical rate by 10% and a boost to damage as well. A lot of stuff popping off in this run. All right, so the poops got stronger. How about it? Look at that. Increases poops by 1 and more frequent poops. How about it? Yeah, so as I was saying, we have a, well, purple bearded and purple haired chicken that's following us around, and no joke, my chicken's name is Thundercock. I'm not kidding. I'll prove it to you. At the end of this run, we'll show off the meta progression area and all the different things that you'll be able to do in Kitty Survivors. Increases knockback by 50% or, oh, everybody knows that the goat likes magnesis. Come on. It was chosen before it even was an option, right? Look, if you like Bullet Heavens and you adore cats, this is a match. This is a match for you. Increases damage by 50%, decreases cooldown by 0.5 seconds on the Feed Me. Or we could increase tornadoes by 1. I think we're going to do that. Now, you've probably noticed that there are evolution opportunities as well, and the recipes are showing up below each capability. So we will probably see some of those pop off, because of course we will. And I haven't had to use it much this run, but we have a dash as well that's on a cooldown. Pretty fast cooldown too. Increases damage by 50%, increases area by 50%. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bigger and better poops, right? Look at Thundercock just running around out there, providing all kinds of electrical support. Diarrhea doing its thing. I mean, everything is going exactly the way I planned it prior to turning on the recorder. This is all part of the master plan. Lots of crap all over the place. Bad gas in the air. And let me tell you what. This is like the aftermath of one of my cheat days gone wrong, you know? Oh, boy. Now, here's the other thing that I will admit. I haven't played this enough to understand yet whether we are on a timer or if we are in it to complete a certain number of waves. Maybe we'll find that out today. Let's go with an increase to weapon damage, although we need this for the evolution of the milk. So maybe we'll do that too. I think the milk's pretty good. So currently we're at wave 7. And they are counting us down on a timer, it appears. The first run I ever played, I did pretty okay, I thought. Took down one kind of what I would call an elite. Let's see, increases your reload speed by 20%. Backwards projectiles. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead with that again as well. And I'm definitely seeing some new weapons this time around, which is neat. I like variety in my bullet heavens, and I know a lot of you do as well. You look for unique characters, and I'm happy to say that there are plenty of different cats that you can play as along the way. When you start the game up for the first time, you make some decisions as far as which cat you'd like to open up initially, and you get to choose the pet as well. And, you know, when I saw old Thundercock sitting there, I said to myself, well, we're going old Lightning, you know? If you know, you know. All right. So far, so good. We'll go Tail Tornado. And I wouldn't mind trying to add even more projectiles to the situation. All right, we met another angel. Wow. I am thinking just damage across the board would be great. And why don't we do some spoiled milk again? Let's see what we get here. Okay. So, even more poops, and we've got a resource probably used in the weapon creation process that will show off. Spoiled milk, that reminds me of those nasty jelly beans that they put out each year. Bertle Bots, I think they're called. No, Jelly Belly makes them, right? And they're intentionally gross so that you can play that game with your family of maybe you get something good, maybe you get something really not good. We played that game in the past, and I ended up with some really great footage of my dad eating a stink bug jelly bean, and it didn't go well. It went well for all of us. It didn't go so well for him. Well, we might as well just up this all the way, right? More frequent shooting because up the reloads are happening faster. It's not bad. Curious to know if any of you are watching the Night Country series, the new season of True Detective. Just started that the other day. Ooh, increases bottles by 1. That's awesome. I'm not sure on it yet. I am about 15 minutes into the second episode, and I'm kind of at that point of, you know, I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. You know what I mean? I kind of have a rule with television shows and movies where I say, hey, I'm going to give it a solid 15 minutes of my attention, and we'll see where this goes. All right, increases your reload speed by 20%, has a 20% chance of reloading instantly. Wow. Okay. I don't hate that. I mean, we're basically shooting all the time now, which is wonderful. So anyway, I watched the first episode, and it was enough to keep me going. Especially with the way it ended. And that's all I will say. Explosive diarrhea. Okay. And I believe we have this from the angel, maybe? So I think we'll be able to evolve that. I could have sworn. I don't know. Hey, we'll find out, won't we? But I'm not sure where I stand on an overall for the long run. I'm being a little bit more critical now that we're in the second episode. Really like Jodie Foster, and I think her acting is very good in this show so far. She's got an interesting character. We'll see. I might have mentioned the other day that I went down the rabbit hole in a big way with the Paranormal Activity films. I was super into those when they were in their prime. And I don't know, I found myself getting into it. Okay. 12.5% chance of killing enemies instantly. But we're going to lose a max HP. Nah, you know what? I'm going to reject that. I like our build so far. I don't think we need to sacrifice a heart for a 12.5% chance. If it was 30, I probably would have went for it. We'll take an extra tornado. Why not? Let's see what we get here. Okay, level 6 tornado action increases damage by 50%. That's a big jump. And that other thing was a material that's used in the weapon creation that I mentioned. We'll show that off, don't worry. All right, I would say that this is going pretty well. Definitely getting more challenging with the projectiles that are flying about. But I do like that the projectiles are large and red, making them easier to see. Sometimes when I get into these bullet heavens and they get a little bit bullet helly, it can be hard to see the projectiles that are coming at you. Okay, all right, so look at this. It's pretty much a storm, tornado storm. So we've got our first evolution here. Let's go with it. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? And then with the magnesis, we just get in there, we collect the experience pebbles, right? Do you like that the larger experience pebbles are fish? Increases magnet radius by 30%. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Let's do it. Fires one additional projectile. Wonderful. Oh, wait a second. Summons a milk box that shoots nearby. Oh, this is the evolution of the milk, I think. Oh, that's great. I'm liking it. I wonder what the cooldown looks like on that. Ah, there it is again. That's not bad. Looks like we ate a projectile. All right. What do we want to do now? Let's see. Increases damage by 50%. Decreases cooldown. Ah. We could also do this. It's been a minute. Actually, now that I think of it, we should probably go with this since we've got that capability. I'm thinking about that right. Yeah. I think I'm understanding that right, and that would be the better choice for us, I think. And we are definitely holding our own against the horde here. Wave 14. Maybe there's 20 waves. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Explosive diarrhea. Fires an additional projectile backwards. Oh, boy. You know, really pulling on our heartstrings here. Hard to say no to an additional projectile. Let's grab a sip here. Look at my butt. I think we definitely want to do that, because that is going to lead to a... Yep. That's going to lead to an evolution if we can max it out in time. A lot of experience laying around in this direction. Now, there were a couple of rogue-lites that I picked up during all of the Epic Game Store giveaways that we're going to be trying to get into this week if I can find the time. Cursed to Golf was one of those giveaways. Ooh, we got the Ice King on scene here. He's a dasher. And then the other one was 20 Minutes Till Dawn, and I've definitely played that game in the past. I think we want to do this. Fires one additional projectile. Let's do it. Increases weapon damage by 5%. Or we could re-roll. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Holding our own so far. So we'll see if we can find the time to hop in there. Still going to be covering Into the Necrovale. Folks are still enjoying seeing that quite a bit. Of course, that's going to be releasing later this week. I'm excited for everybody to get their hands on that. And, you know, I don't know if any of you noticed or not, but the dev is super cool and very appreciative of the content being made on that game. And so... they reached out and said, hey, Goat, you know, would you mind if we used some of your footage on the Steam store page? And I said, oh, feel free. That would be an honor. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to take a look at the Into the Necrovale Steam page, you will be very familiar with the video. Ooh, you've met an angel. Fire rate boost or health boost. Increase max health by 1. Well, I suppose that would be helpful right now. Oh, I thought they were going to give us the heart, too. Apparently not. All right, that's okay. Increases projectile speed by 10%. Damage by 50%. Let's see what the other options are. Oh, here we go. There it is. All right. Yeah, I was hoping when I grabbed that additional heart container, we'd grab a heart. Okay, interesting. Oh, I think we did the thing. That was the last wave. I had no idea. All right, let's go find the exit. How do we find the exit? Oh, there it is. All right. It's like, where is it? Okay, hey, 500 victory bonus. We'll take it. We'll take it. Welcome to the laboratory. And there's a few things that we can do here. We have a pet zone. Let me just point out what's happening here, okay? So that is the back end of a cat. And then we have a red carpet And then this appears to be what you would expect to come out of the back end of a cat. Right? You're with me so far? So let's go to the pet zone. And, oh, look who it is. See? Was the goat lying? No, never. We don't do that here on this channel. So there's something where you can buy foods for your animals, okay? And then you go to the animal and you say, hey, I'd like to feed the animal. And apparently, once we evolve at skill tier 5, spawns a wave of chickens that runs around attacking enemies. Now that sounds pretty splendid, doesn't it? So we also have the normal upgrades that you would expect. And look at where the goat already put a point. Yep. Who's shocked at this? Surely not you, if you've hung out here before. Then we have an incubator. I would imagine we're going to find eggs along the way out in the world. So some stuff to look forward to there. We've got something that explains the various types of damage. And then, of course, we have the forge. And this is interesting. I don't really know a whole lot about this, so let's just do something randomly. Why don't we? Let's see what this is going to produce. Okay, perk is explosive diarrhea. Maybe if we pop that there. So then we would make explosive diarrhea as a staff with the water element, I guess. I'm not sure. And then maybe this would serve as your primary weapon. I don't know. I'm still learning various components to the game, because when we go here, of course, we can choose, and then I don't know if we can pick like a primary weapon or what. Maybe if we created one in the forge. I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that I had fun with this game. So thank you to the kind person that sent me a copy. And we are going to pay it forward and give away 2 copies of Kitty Survivors Rogues of Catmere. If you want to get in on this, be subscribed and leave a comment. That's it. And I'll pick a couple of you to also get in here and have some diarrhea. Doesn't that sound great? Right? It'll be like you drank 18 cups of coffee in one sitting, but actually didn't. You're doing it in video game form as a cat. How about it? Folks, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. I hope you have a great rest of your day out there. Let's do this again sometime. We'll get together. We'll play a roguelike or a rogue-lite because that's what we do every single time. And we'll give away a video game at least once a week, but probably more often than that because of you and your support. Have a great one out there. We'll see you next time.